Hey Brenda. So just a couple of things we went over earlier on today. So you've got all the essentials down anyway. I think D minor was a new one. So there it is there. So there's D major. The only difference being that this note is down on the first fret for D minor. Okay, so we'll just run through the basic ones anyway, just see if there are any little extra pointers. So as I was saying, I always recommend that people do A major this way, right? So first finger about halfway up to the fret, just to make room. Then middle finger goes over it, third finger goes over it, and preferably the thumb comes over to mute the sixth string. So there we are, because just this way puts your first finger all the way back there, and it'll sound like that unless you really squeeze it tight. Okay, so there's A, and then from A to C, we can keep the middle finger there. And with C, you can allow your third finger to touch it as well if getting the thumb is a little bit tricky. And try to keep the elbow in a little bit, knuckles forward, so that everything stands up nice and straight. Okay, then we've got D. If you come over here with more of a handshake position, that way these two line right up with the fret. And you have to place your third finger quite carefully. Make sure there's not too much space between... See, there's a fair bit of space there between my third finger and the G string, so it's going to be touching. So you just need to kind of get that up out of there. There, so it's still not quite touching, but that string is free now. Okay, so then there's E major, which does use the sixth string, and then G as well. So you can do G like this, or covering the first two strings. Both of those are G. We'll get into why next week. Okay, and oh yeah, by the way, from here then you can do this. Bring it down, block off the sixth string, and that's C add 9. So not exactly, a bit of a variant on C, but more often than not you can substitute this in for the regular C major. Okay, and then the minors, A minor, which is basically, physically anyway, it's E major just down a string. From there, there's D minor. Now most people do it with their third finger, mind you. I find my little finger just kind of, just being smaller, it's easier to get it between the other two strings, and it just kind of lands there naturally, but either one is fine. And then finally E minor. Okay, so we were looking at Zombie by the Cranberries. So that's, first off, just practice the chords on their own. Hit them once and move on to the next one. So middle finger stays put, and ideally these two things here should be happening at the same time. Not, if it's not, don't worry about it, but that's what we want. And the smoothest chord change possible, everything happens, all the strings fall down. Sorry, all your fingers fall down on the strings at about the same time. Then we're turning it over for a G, and then a D. So just over and over again. Now, when it comes to the strumming, just get the tempo into your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the downs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So this has to stay constant, this movement, even if you're not hitting it, even if you want to take a big break. So then you never lose the rhythm, and you don't have to think about when to hit it. That's kind of already taken care of. So two sets of 4 beats on each chord here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then move on. So you're just moving like that and selectively drawing that strumming pattern out. It doesn't have to be the same every time at all, but we will get into more detail on that anyway. But for now, the main thing is you're moving with the tempo, and try, if you can, not to have your right hand waiting for your left hand. Just change as you're strumming. So for example, we've got 8 beats in total here on each of these chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, change. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just take it a couple of beats early. Finally, then we had Dreams, which is, with the, as I said, with the exception of the little instrumental bit, is just 2 chords. It's F major 7. So So that's, it's in the chord diagrams there. So that's first finger, first fret, second string, second fret, second finger, third string, and then these two are coming down as a pair, third fret on the fourth and fifth strings. So yeah, and with the sixth string, you can either mute it, or if you really wanted to get it extra bassy, get it on the first fret and hold it down. But you really don't have to do that if you want to just, it just can't be like this. It can't be left open. So it either has to be silent or held down on the first fret. And then you just drag it up 2 frets. And over. So here you go again, you say you want your freedom. The chorus is the same. Thunder only happens when it's raining. And then again, strumming wise, I'm not too sure about the strumming pattern, but what matters is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just allow those ups in there. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So the main thing I want you to do is Zombie, that's 4 of the chords, but all the other ones in there just change from one to the next to the next to the next. And we'll get a few songs on the board then. All right, I'll see you next time.